Hello everyone, this is Ketish here. In this video, I'm going to go through the AQA Combined Science Chemistry Paper 1, higher tier from 2025. Question number 2 is on the topic of energy changes. A student investigated an exothermic reaction. The student reacted solid sodium calcium oxide with water to produce calcium hydroxide. What is meant by an exothermic reaction? In an exothermic reaction, energy is transferred to the surroundings or in simple terms you could say heat is given out or releases heat. The formula of calcium hydroxide is CaOH2. Calculate the percentage by mass of oxygen in calcium hydroxide. They have given you the oxygen, but remember there's 2 atoms of oxygen, not just 1 atom, because OH is in brackets. So you need to multiply that by 2 to give you 32. So 32 divided by 74 and then multiplied by 100. That should give you 43.2%. 43.2. When solid calcium oxide is added to water, the temperature of the reaction mixture changes. Plan a method to investigate how changing the mass of calcium oxide affects the temperature change of the reaction mixture. So for this, you would need, so here, the temperature is going to be the dependent variable. The mass is going to be your independent variable. You're going to be changing the mass, let's say 5 grams, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, the water needs to be the control variable. Let's say 150 ml. If you're going to measure the temperature, you would need a thermometer. And you need to work out the temperature change, which is the dependent variable. For that, you need the initial temperature. If I say starting temperature, Ts, and you would need the end temperature, Te. So you can work out the temperature change by Te, end temperature minus the starting temperature. What about the equipment? Well, you could use a polystyrene cup, the easiest. And you could add the water here. You could use an aluminium foil and you could put a hole through that and put the thermometer in there. And you would add calcium oxide of different masses and record the temperature change. Now, before you add it, you would need to record the temperature of the water. So let's write the method. Actually, let me type it up. It will be easier. So here's a model answer. Measure 150 ml of water using a measuring cylinder and pour into a polystyrene cup. Measure initial temperature of water using a thermometer. Measure 5 grams of calcium oxide. I repeated that word. With a balance and stir. You could use the thermometer for that. Measure the highest temperature reached by the mixture. Determine the temperature change. In brackets, I've written end temperature minus starting temperature. Repeat with different masses of calcium oxide, such as 10 gram, 15, 25, 20, 25, and 30 grams. using the same volume of water each time. Now, you could record the average temperature change as well. That brings us to the end of question number 2, and I will see you in question number 3.